Baby, League of Legends music. Oh, baby. Where are you? There we go. Now we're cooking with fire. There we go. Shut up. Okay. Refresh there. Go here. Music is not blindingly loud. Okay, mute that. Mute that. Go here. Mute that. Go here. Lower this quality so my internet doesn't get destroyed. Also, it's so loud in my ears. It's so loud for you. What the fuck? That was so loud. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me link one more thing in the Discord. Copy, paste, actually link the stream, not the YouTube video. Okay. There we go. That's done. Okay. All right, we're cooking with fire. By cooking with fire, I mean I'm the opposite of that. I am like chilled AF because my coworker today decided that today was the day they were going to take their Adderall. She was like, let's do everything today. I'm bored. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Say no? Don't work? So it's like the whole day I'm just like, ugh. It was, sorry, holding, I'm bringing up something on my phone. It's just, it was the whole day, man. I was just like, let's do a little more. Let's do this too. And like, God, you're going to be so bored tomorrow. Whatever. I won't be bored. I research shit at home, like programming stuff. But I didn't have a chance to look at anything today. So when we program today, oh baby, I gotta do wallpaper. I'm yay or nay on the mommy wallpaper. I don't know. Like I like the image and everything. The guns are cool, but then you look at her boobs, and her breasts are like cattywampus AF. What is this? Like I get it's like real, but oh my God, the sag. Look at these. These are literal water balloons. What the heck? Her breasts start here and then bleh. Oh my God, so weird. All right, stop distracting me, chat. Next wallpaper. Yeah, I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. I went through a lot of these recently and purged it of wallpapers I don't like. Like I think I'm at a good like I like the set of wallpapers I have mode. I'm trying to pick up like one wallpaper a day, but I think I'm happy where I'm at. All right. Visual Studio. Today, we're going in with a goal. Where are we at now? So we are... Okay, so where we're at is, it seems like this is the same as before, right? We have an image, it loads, it's cool. This seems like we're at the same space, but that's not true. We've actually did like a huge back end thing. Get Fonzie, hello. We did like a big back end thing. So the back end thing we did is instead of just initializing the images and just rendering them in main, right? Now we have a sprite list on a load screen. So we have a vector, which is like a variable length array. And this array contains our sprites for everything we're going to have in the game. We might end up having like a different vector for bullets specifically because we're going to do collision stuff today. And it might benefit us to be like, if from this vector, then always collide kind of deal. Or not even that, just like implicitly make it or bake it into the vector that it will always collide. But I think for now, we'll just have to go under our sprites. And one of the new requirements is instead of this int alpha value thing at the end over here, which is this, which I'm not even using right now. Besides maybe when we get hit, go invisible repeatedly or something. I might ask instead of a uint8 to instead ask for like a boolean, like, is it threatening? Because it's not just enemy textures, right, that are going to have sprites. It's like everything in the game is going to be a sprite with the exception of maybe the background. I don't want like if you collide with like the score, whatever that's going to look like, is that going to hit you? I don't know how much how much I like that. Maybe we can bake it into bullet. Part of the requirements to make it a bullet is to give it some sort of Boolean value here when we make the struct. So anything that is a bullet is going to have the collision, but the hero box is going to have a collision. Oh, that's not true. We need to give it a collision. Because we only have the size of the hero. We don't actually have a point. That is true. The problem is that this struct we made... Oh no, the struct is just the vector. I can store hero information in this. Oh, that's pretty dope. Wait. Hero texture. Here's the sprite hero. Ah, so this is holding sprites, right? So sprite is going to have the definition of where that information is. So hero needs a point on it whenever we pull it up and render it. That's baked into the sprite. So I think the sprite is going to have like that information. Genghis the boss, hello! Gary, why don't you just let one thing collide with another thing and worry about all those details later? Well, I worry about it now. Also, why are we all the way down here? Yeah, what the fuck, chat? Know your place! You're in the corner. Jeez. You guys drunk already. So, what I'm thinking is that when we have our collision, we're gonna have a 1x1 pixel on the hero. It's gonna be, spoiler alert, it's gonna be SDL point. Is what that's gonna be, and we'll call it hero collision. And this is gonna be defined as hero size dot width divided by 2, hero size dot height divided by 2. That's the X and Y value on the point. But the problem is that sprite does not take in collision boxes. And I'm debating, because I have bullet here, but bullet right now doesn't have, it's not doing anything. We have our sprite sheet. Oh, you know what? Maybe we make a hero class that has this information in it, and we use the sprite information as like, it's like a part of a constructor, and the constructor is going to require like, well, the sprite really, and that might be it, because that information is already baked into it, and we give it collision there. I think that may be where we start. What's slapping you, boy? Preox, hello. Someone polluted Gary. We have color changing. Not today. Don't redeem it. But like the whole goal is like I want to be able for you guys to like that's supposed to be blue. Ignore that. But like be able that's old manga. Ignore that. But like the whole point is you guys can like change colors on demand, you know? But today he just redeemed Ghost, and I was like, you know what? Fonzie's a long timer. We can accommodate a little. Stop redeeming shit. All right, you get made for like 3 seconds, okay? Okay. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with a module for hero, create hero. I almost just want to rename this bullet thing because we haven't even used this yet. I almost just want to rename this collision and just make this the collision shit. This needs to be a function. Struct. Yes, this is a function under struct. Okay, that's good. So this is the function that's gonna make this. Yes. So this function makes this. Return the bullet. Okay. So. Oh gosh. I guess this has to go over here now, right? So I guess my question is, chat, if I call this struct, so right now we have a vector of sprites, and that's all it cares about is just a vector of sprites, and it's gonna render sprites. When I render a bullet, it does need to be of type bullet, right? This is why I think that vector of sprites is only gonna get us so far. Because I might change the parameter of sprite then to accept collision in the sprite itself. But we already had a conversation about this, right? You don't want sprites to have that information, but we do have a vector of sprites. So now I'm worried how we're even gonna get it. Okay, but made is actually good. Oh, jeez. I thought we talked about not doing that. We did, but now I'm wondering where we're going with this. Sassy fajita. I saw Femboy. We're not doing that. Don't worry about your points. How do we do this? So this is not going to be how we render anything, is what I'm learning. This is just the sprite and only the sprite. These that we see on the screen will never collide with each other, because they're just the images. There's no collision baked into them. When we do bake in the collision, it's not going to be this enumerator that we call. It's going to be a different one. That's just the sprite sheet. So I think what we do is we come down here and we do export, create collision box. And this collision box, ooh, not void. What are we returning? We're returning, ooh. Oh no, wait, are we returning a rectangle? No. Like, I almost think the bullet idea is correct. I'm gonna end up with a vector of bullets, I know that, so we might as well just do this now. Export, struct. What did we call this? Load game data, sprite. Okay. So under here, we're gonna do load bullet data, where the requirement is going to be an STD vector of type bullet. Oh, I need to import STD. SDL rectangle union SDL point. Return a collision box. Gary, add gambling so we can do something else with our points. Listen, all right? Points, what are points if not to be collected? So we're gonna call this bullet list. Okay, and that's gonna be what gets exported here. Okay. No, just list. We'll just call it list, because this is gonna end up being bullet.list. Then we create a thing. So now we need to, how did we do it under load game data? We just push backed, right? So we create a vector of the same thing. We push it back, return the vector. Okay, we'll call it STD vector return type. I don't know. I'm waiting for the computer to load audio screen. Thank you. So that's type sprite. We're returning or exporting that. Oh, we're exporting it, right? So export STD vector bullet. We're gonna call this add bullet to list, where the parameter is a bullet, and that's it. Do we want to be able to call that function anywhere? Do I need to make that function? Am I going to call it a bunch? I think we're just going to make like just some big list, right? Like this. Although there's probably a way to make this like a function we can do again and again and again. Why does it return a list though? It returns a list because yes, it's going to return this list. I think we were over that wrapping pushback. No, wait, I'm just trying to repeat what we did here, but do it for bullets. So the idea is when we're going to make a bullet, it's going to be like the same idea where we're going to be making a new load bullet data dot list, whatever we make, x dot list. where under this bullet.list in main, it's going to have all the information for the bullet sprite and the collision box and whatever else we decide to add later. And that's the struct for the bullet we're going to be using. That's how we create this bullet. That is that function. And then this is going to be adding this to whatever we use to the list. Unless, I guess we could, under create a bullet, we just add it to the list like that, huh? No, but that returns only a bullet. Maybe instead of this being exported, we just call this? Return a vector with one element? Well, it's gonna have more elements, but I'm thinking in my head how to do this. So we have the sprite and we have the collision rectangle. This will create the bullet, but do nothing else. It needs to add it to this list. So maybe instead of returning a bullet, it returns the std vector bullet. And this will... Maybe it's better if we call this create bullet list. We just do all the bullets here. Well, no. How are we gonna do this? We also need the vector, right? Something like that. Why are you constantly returning that list? What? No. The idea here is we have our bullet information here. We have the sprite done. Now we need to actually make it into a bullet by giving it a collision box. I should add that 700% chance of a bullet turning into a nuclear warhead and destroying everything and everyone just to do a little trolling. Ah! Hello, bye, bozo, hello. Oh my goodness, long time watcher. So the idea here, we're gonna take this sprite that we just made in this vector, and we are going to then use that sprite to call a rectangle with it to create a bullet. This bullet will is the sprite with the rectangle collision on top. Now what I thought what we would do is we would make a vector that lists out all of the bullets, and then we'll have like an exported enum that's like names of bullets. Something like that. What did we do here? N U int 32. Okay. And then we're going to be like 0 equals pellet. 1 equals, wait, what? Oh. Pellet equals 0. Snowflake equals 1. That kind of deal. Oops, commas. So that's the idea. I know next to nothing about coding, but wouldn't it be easier to make a weapon hit scan so you don't have to give the bullet actual collisions? I think it's easier if we give it a rectangle. Luckily, it's pretty easy to test collision in this game. There's only two kind of collisions, right? My bullets on the enemy and the enemy bullets on me. That's the only thing I care about. So, in that regard, the enemy bullets on me is going to be easy because the SDL point here is like my hitbox. So as long as that point is within the collision rectangle, we get hit. It's pretty easy. You're not going to need line 12 through 14. Those are stored in load game. No, it doesn't. No, I can't do that. I can't make a new struct that combines sprite and rectangle and then put it back into this vector that contains sprite. It's added information. It's a different object, right? Inheritance, if you will. You should move that STD vector sprite to the one in load game, not replacing. What? There is no other STD vector sprite. Yeah, this is all bullet stuff, both this vector and this vector. Unless you're saying I should move it over there and just call these bullet functions? I mean, it's the same thing. Whether we have it in bullets or load game, it's going to be the same. I like the idea of having all my sprites in load game. Because, like, the sprite class, the sprite module, doesn't have, like, any, like... It just exports what a sprite is, you know? This exports what a bullet is. Load game data. Okay, maybe you're right. Now that I said that, like, okay, we did kind of just do that. Okay. That's kind of based. The only problem, though, is now we have an issue with this. Because the hero is not going to be on bullet. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, no, it does kind of matter. Because different values are going to have different things on different lists. So maybe this enumerator should be sprite. And then this enumerator is going to be bullet. So it's sprite dot hero, bullet dot, you know, pellet. Maybe that's a better way to do it. Oh. Sprite list, bullet list. There we go. Still runs? Nope. Because this is not defined yet. Oh, I can't even have multiple pellets. Enum sprite idea should go into sprites. Enum bullet should go into bullets. I had that! Hold on. Oh, no, I didn't. I thought you were saying this goes over there. So this should go under sprites, huh? Yeah, I guess that's fine, because we can import this, right? So you're saying this whole thing is going to get exported as sprite ID. And then this is going to get exported as bullet ID. Okay, based. I like it. Doesn't matter. I mean, they're both getting exported. I guess that does separate them quite a bit though, huh? But the actual vectors go here. In which case, this needs to import bullets, which it is. This should be deleted. This needs re-reference now. Okay, so now we do sprite list. This is now sprite ID. And this is now bullet. No, this is also sprite ID. Now this runs. There we go. Sweet. I have an idea. Why don't you give each game object a unique ID on creation, with the ID being the position of itself in your big global sprite array? I don't like that, Sassy Fajita, because game object implies like there's a collision box and it works with like every other system and it's implemented in the game, and we're not at that stage yet. Right now we only have art, and we're currently today adding in collision. Then they might become game objects at that point, but that's what the bullet vector is for. Struct sprite ID, enumerator ID, so it does not get name collision. Struct sprite ID, parentheses, enum ID, so it does not get name collision. Oh, if they were in the same module, maybe? That's fine. We won't worry about that now, though. How's the game going? It's going well, actually. We were super productive yesterday, but now we're ultra productive. Okay. Now we're running into the same problem though. How do we get this bullet vector? I guess we don't do any of this here, do we? So this is creating a bullet. This is creating the rectangle out of that bullet. So under sprite pellet, we go create a bullet. It will take the parameters of the sprite pellet. It'll take the rectangle, which is the collision size, which in this case, I must make one. So SDL rect pellet collision size. It's gonna be 3, 1, 1, 4. I think that's what that was, but we'll count in a second. Now this is gonna take pellet collision size as a rectangle, not as a pointer. I should do that by reference. Hold on. This is gonna take a rectangle collision by reference. By reference. Why isn't this by reference? Oh. Why isn't this by reference? Wait, shouldn't I do this by reference? Isn't it kind of costly to knock out? I guess if the rect is just 4 digits, 16 bytes, who gives a shit? It's probably fine. Now we have create a bullet, and this bullet is now going to be this is sprite list. Boop, boop. This is boop, boop. Bullet list std vector bullet local list of bullets, local list of bullets dot pushback parentheses pellet. Oh wait, I need a bullet. Hold on, sorry. Did you save bullet? Control Shift S. Oh, that might be a better way to do it. Thank you. I should pass that rectangle by reference though, right? No instance of constructor bullet. What? Oh. Now this needs an address of collision in order to render. Which means this now needs to be... Oh, geez. All right, fuck the pointers. It's fine. I'm thinking that that's where we're having issues, is because everything is pointing by address, and we built the whole thing around these rectangles. But it's only 16 bytes. Like, Jesus Christ, it's half an integer. I thought the game showed the sprite of a bullet or something, and when the sprite of the object touches something, then it does something with coded, but you have to make them individual hitboxes for it? Well, yeah, I mean, we can automate it, right? We can call a function that's like create collision box and always base it to be like, you know, whatever bullet size is divided, like dot width value divided by 2. Make it all relative, but in our case, it's a hitbox that I know pretty well. Plus, it means we have finer control over the hitbox. It just makes it harder to like make. You don't need line 13 through 16. The constructor already does that job. This? Or this? Oh. Wait, I don't need this? You sure about that, Chief? So I can just make... Oh, you're right. This is monotonous, isn't it? So now we just make the bullet. Oh, that is kind of based. Okay, hold on. So now we just have bullet. Wait, how do I make it? Oh, we just call bullet. Bullet, pellet, bullet pellet is going to be called, we need a parameter sprite, so pellet, and a rectangle, which is pellet collision size, semicolon. Now that works. Okay, so now we're gonna push back bullet pellet. That should be lowercase. Be consistent, Gary. Shift S. Okay, that didn't work. Why? Bullet pellet is undefined. Oh, these need curly braces, that's why. No, still undefined. So it was parentheses. So why is this undefined? Misspell it? Oh, I did. Ah, there we go. Okay, so now we have our vector. So now, on our game logic, we are going to be... Oh, we need to change parameters a little. This can both go under load game data. Where we're going to return L sprite container and L... Oh, wait, hold on. Load game data, L sprite container. Fuck. Load game data. All vectors. Wow, I already kind of did it. So all vectors dot sprite list is equal to local list of sprites. All vectors dot I didn't call it sprite list though, did I? Oh no, I did call it sprite list. This is bullet list is equal to local list of bullets. So what's wrong here? Oh. Return all vectors. Sweet. So now, when we have our game logic, we're gonna call it list containers is gonna be equal to this. Then list containers dot sprite list is the hero. Then we're gonna have list containers dot bullet list. Then we're gonna have, oh, now we have this. So now we have bullet ID. Wait, where did my bullet ID go? Wait a second. Where did my bullet ID go? Motherfucker, it got deleted. Copy. Where's my music? Hello? There we go. I thought the game showed the sprite of the bullet or something when the sprite of the object touches. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Oh, geez. Okay, so now under this, we're gonna define bullet ID, which is the same thing, but for bullets. Export a enum, export a enum, save. So now this is gonna have bullet ID. Must be followed by that or a namespace name. Why isn't this running? List containers, bullet list, bullet ID, pellet. This is wrong. What's wrong? It is lowercase. Identifier bullet is undefined. What? Build? Yeah, I can't. It's blocking me. Blocking me saying that this is a redefinition. Previous definition was a numerator. Oh, so we do have issues where multiple pellets are being defined. So you said something earlier. Under load game data sprite. No, not that one. You had it where you were talking about the enumerator. It's a name collision. Yeah, it's because multiple things are using pellets. I think it was you who gave me something earlier. So enum ID. What? So sprite ID, enum, and what? So you're saying under sprite ID, enumerator, enum ID, and then we're gonna put the definitions in here? Is that okay? Does that work? Oops. Oops. Fuck. I'm trying to remember what it was to like automatically paste things. So this is what we want? There's no shot, right? Oh. He's saying to make it outside the struct and inside the enum. A new names just spill out into the parent scope. Outside is a struct. Struct class sprite ID enum. Gary, you know Scratch, right? Well, okay, if you're trying to tell me about local scope, I understand that. I don't understand what the point of this is. Like, I get like I get the goal is that it'll allow me to have two different enumerators with the same names in different spots without like any sort of naming collision. I understand that. I just don't understand like what the point of the direction is. So under struct class, which I don't even have a class for that unless we're talking somewhere. It's all the benefits of an enumerator class without the limitations. Why can't I just call this enumerated class? Oh, that's why. Rather just call this an enumerated class. Sprite ID's pellets will spill out of the parent scope. In this case, it is global namespace. Bullet ID's pellet will spill out of its parent scope, but this case is global namespace. I understand that, but I don't understand what the solution you're trying to say is. Like, I thought you were describing an enumerator inside of an enumerator. Lucas, hello! So there are two pellets. Yeah, I understand there are two pellets here. There's one pellet here, and there's one pellet here, even though they are under different enumerations describing different vectors. The system doesn't know that. In fact, as far as it's concerned, every vector is gonna have this kind of setup, which is not what we want. Basically, we want to, oh, are you guys saying put it under the struct bullet maybe? I don't know. Solution is to give a numerator sprite ID this its own parent scope that is not the global namespace. Enums will spill into the struct scopes, not the global namespace scope. I mean, we could do that, or Well, I don't want to do that. That wouldn't be very wise, right? I was about to say have every vector on the same like wavelength about spot of where it is on the vector, but that's really dumb, right? That's pretty dumb, right? You don't want your hero to always be 0 in every vector, even if it's nothing to do with them. It is wise. This is how C does it. Wait, my way or What's Up's way? It's done all the time. So you're saying give sprite ID its own parent scope that is not in the global namespace, which I would do by doing something like export class n that contains this. Enumerator. And now, whenever we want to call it, we're gonna do we're gonna do n boom boom sprite ID. Is that what you're saying? Is Gary doing good with his game? Yes! He is learning, so that's good. It's an improvement. Now just rename it to be Sprite ID and have the enum have no name? What? That works? Chat, you press one wrong button. So now this numerator doesn't need a name? No way that works. Yeah, just rename it to be Sprite ID and have the enum have no name at all? Not even like a type? That works, unironically? No shot. Oh my god, it worked! Okay, so now this isn't reading, but we'll come back to that in a second. How in the hell? So now we're gonna export a class called bullet ID, and then this class is going to contain this unnamed enumerator that is not exported with this relevant information in it. That's weird. For some reason, I feel like the game Gary makes is gonna be like bad, as good games kind of take a long time. Excuse me! We are on hour 10 of this project. I think I'm doing pretty all right for 10 hours, you know? You can give it a dummy name. It doesn't really matter. Call it Sprite ID enum. It doesn't matter, but it does not need a name. Oops. Render is not a part of bullet. What? What? Huh? It's a part of Sprite though, right? Oh, Sprite has this. I should be doing that as well. So I think I could just copy and paste this information, right? Oh, but it's under its own. No, it is under the class. Okay. So here. Oh, do I need to... Oh, am I defining everything here? Hold on. Oh no, wait, Bullet doesn't know how to render. Sprite does. It does have Sprite information though. That should be enough, right? I don't really have a... I guess I don't have a render. Because this has render, which is this function that takes this information. I guess it is very similar. I just have to take the information in the sprite. So the struct is going to have this function, almost a duplicate, except some of this is going to be different. So this is going to be sprite. No, that path is correct. M texture under is actually going to be M sprite underscore, right? Dot. No, that's the whole thing. It needs a texture pointer though, so it's the address. Sprite pointer is incompatible with SDL texture pointer. Oh, it needs to be the actual texture? M underscore sprite dot render renderer 0. Instead of thinking in terms whether it will be good or bad, remember it will be first. Huh? So the sprite renders, because that has this render function in it. But this doesn't. Because even though it is a sprite and it should inherit this, it doesn't. In fact, I don't need this at all. The sprite itself has the render information. But how do I, when I render the sprite, also render the bullet information at the same time? You can render bullets in terms of sprites. That is why we have a sprite there as a non-static member data. Yeah, that's what I thought. So you're saying this render is correct. This is correct. And this all exists. The problem is, well, we still have the enumeration problem that's currently not solved, but we'll come back to that in a second. Bullet ID enum. Sprite ID enum. Still having trouble reading it. Oops. Still having trouble reading it. I don't know why it's not reading that enumerator value, but ignoring that, this is still an issue. Void render, SDL renderer, int angle, msprite render, renderer angle. What? So make a new render. Oh, just make a whole new render thing. Except instead of calling, oh, we're calling the sprite render. So we have an SDL renderer pointer, which is what we need for the copy. Oh. And then double angle. And it's gonna need, oh, right. So now it's going to do m sprite dot render. Ah, so you're rendering that sprite. Okay, now it makes sense. Taking in path angle. Ah, so now we're calling the sprite of the object type bullet containing object type sprite. You call that sprite's render function. Okay, now it'll work. Still having an issue with the name of the thing though. So that works. Now we're having issues with enumeration names. Maybe you have to add a public label above the enum, make it outside, or make the outside class a struct. Bullet ID enum pellet. No, that wouldn't make a difference. Yeah, that doesn't make a difference. Do I have to export it? No, you shouldn't need to export inside of an export. So, interesting. I don't know why that's not working. Save, do it run? Oh, shit! Okay. All right. So yeah, what's up? So the IntelliSense isn't keeping up with us. So this is valid. This is totally valid. And we can have different lists, even though they both contain the name pellet. It actually is a-okay, even though they're different numbers, because these are different classes that are local in scope to the class. So because we are importing sprites and bullets, we can now just call that render. And we can render the bullet with this sprite information that chat gave me the answer to. Thank you. Okay, sweet. Easy peasy. Okay, so now we have collision. Now we're gonna do... Now, I don't think the hero is gonna be as hard. We still have to get this point out of the sprite combined, and I think it's gonna be super similar. Except instead of a vector, it's just going to be class hero. I think that's just what we're going to be doing. I'm debating whether or not to put it under sprites, but we won't worry about it. So save everything. New module. All the modules, baby. And we're going to call this bit puppy hero. All right, so this hero module. So what are we doing here? We are, we'll come back to that later. So under the hero module, what are we gonna do? Well, it is a module, primary interface. We are gonna be exporting it, calling it hero. Going to import SDL header. Import, we do need to render, that is true, but that's under SDL. I think that's it. Maybe. And then we're gonna do export, struct, hero. That will contain, what did we put for bullets? It was sprite and a rectangle. So we'll do sprite, keep it consistent here, M underscore. So we're gonna have the same issue where we need a constructor, but it's gonna be like this weird naming shit, isn't it? So hero, and you're gonna contain a sprite, input sprite. Fine, we'll just call it sprite. And then SDL rect. Collision. No, not an SDL rect. SDL point. It's super easy. Write a getter from sprite. What's a getter? They said module is experimental. I would give them some slack. C++ tooling move is at the pace of a snail. That is to be expected. Actually, everything is working great. I think it's a Visual Studio thing, not a C++ thing, because it all works like just fine. It's just sometimes the actual like IntelliSense or whatever just takes a minute to like catch up with me here as we like do things. So now it works, you know. This, I bet if I did SDL mouse button down. Oh, it doesn't even do that. Yeah, this'll catch up. It's fine. They said module is experimental. Yeah. Never mind. Okay. So let's have our hero. It's going to be taking wait, what was the syntax for this? Colon sprite. I just want to copy and paste this. I think we are. Okay, and now we define sprite and collision. In fact, do we just copy and paste this whole thing? Kind of wanna. There we go. Okay, so that's the renderer, that's the path, that's the angle. This is M collision, M sprite, M collision. which are defined here, except in SDL rect, it's SDL point. Oh, this needs to import sprite, that's why. It's like, why isn't this working? Okay, import sprite. Sprites. There we go. What are you importing? STD, sprites, bullets. Should be all I need. Interesting that this doesn't read this. mSprite is not a non-static data member or base class of class hero. So why does bullet need this syntax but not hero? Oh, because I'm misspelling it, that's why. No, that is right. Hold on. Collision, M collision, M collision, M collision. Wait, this is wrong. This needs to just be collision. Now that works. So this needs to be collision as well. Line 8 and 9 is in the wrong place. Notice the curlies. Oh! Sorry, I thought those went in the curlies. They don't, do they? That's weird. Sprite, point, render. Okay, sweet. So now we have our hero struct. This doesn't need anything else, right? It's the exact same thing, except there's not going to be a vector. In fact, under load game, which is now going to be importing hero, we now add to this, we call a hero object. This hero is going to be defined as the sprite hero and the SDL point parameter this hero collision. So now we have a hero object. Sweet. What do I do with it? I need to make it something. Hero data. Captain Walrus, subscribe with Prime. Thank you. So nice of you. Aw. You didn't have to do that. The AFM. The rainbow brackets are amazing. I don't have rainbow brackets. I have normal brackets. You should try rainbow brackets. Should I? What are rainbow brackets? Is it like a funny font? I don't know. People are memeing about it. I don't know if I should. I take my programming seriously, all right? So now we have our hero. With collision. Oh, I can just put it here. Hero data. And this hero data is going to be returned here because we're going to have all vectors dot hero data is equal to hero data. Oh my God. Couldn't have imagined. Okay. Maybe we'll just call him hero then, I guess. Okay, so now, save everything. Ignore this. This should be fine. I don't know why it's not called that. The default constructor of load game data cannot be referenced. It is a deleted function. What? It doesn't have a constructor, does it? Vector sprite. Vector sprite. Vector bullet. What? What does that mean? So now under game logic, we don't need to render sprite ID anymore. We just render list containers dot hero. That's all I'm rendering. And I think that works. Didn't work. This needs to be a float. My bad. Wait, does it need to be a float? Wait. Huh? Possible loss of data, double the float. Oh, this does need to be a float, doesn't it? Okay, my bad. My bad, my bad. It's a float, not a double. Is attempting to access a deleted function. Does hero have a default constructor? Yes. But it's already defined. It's already done by the time we even touch this. Oh, this. Oh, my bad. So it needs that little symbol, right? Or this. Oh, no, that's calling a function. Hero with parameters of nothing, right? Do I put like sprite local? Like I'm a little confused about what we mean by parameters here. You can use aggregate initialization to construct load game data. What? Hero is not a default constructible, has no default constructor, so load game data does not have a default constructor. That is not a default constructor. Remember, a default constructor is with no parameters. That doesn't exist for hero. That's a user-defined constructor, not a default constructor. Well, are we saying it should be equal to 0? I'm a little confused. So the only reason we cared about like default constructors before is because we had vector.resize, which had issues with non-default constructed objects being resized, right? I understand that, but why is this a problem? Return load game data, sprite list, bullet list, hero. Return load game data, sprite list. Return all vectors. Wait, how is this wrong? A default constructor is only generated for you if all of the members also have a default constructor. Line 41, this. Try to default construct load game data, but load game data default constructor is implicitly deleted because hero does not have a default constructor. So return load game data. This seems dumb. Okay, so I get when we initialize, hero doesn't have a value, but we give it a value immediately. Are we saying something like this? Is that better? I mean, it's the same thing, right? I just thought the other way was cleaner. Oh, yep, that worked. There you go. So in order to initialize it, we have to initialize it with the hero data actively there in order to make it like a default constructor. Okay, I didn't know why that would be required outside of just maybe it's safer, but I get it. Okay, well, there you go. Learn something every day. So what are we doing next? Well, now our hero has a collision and our bullet has a collision, and we are rendering the hero and the bullet as their own thing with those involved. So now we're going to make a collision engine. All right, now the fun part. Add module, and we're going to make Collision. All right. So this is where it gets a little bit more complicated. So what are we going to need? We're going to need to delete this. Import SDL header, because we're going to use rectangles and pointers and shit, or SDL point. We're going to need to import. Are we going to need vectors? We're not doing per pixel collision, are we? I think we only, because we're not, because we're doing rectangles and stuff already baked into the bullet and the hero. It's not. You had load game data, all vectors. What you had would work if load game data is default constructible with load game data, all vectors. Ooh. It makes sense. It worked this way, all right? We need to import. Okay, here's my question. Are we making this an observable? Like it's an achievement system or something where we like signal a flag whenever there's any collision, and then this does the logic. Or do we do like a while loop in game logic where it's like, not while, maybe it's like a do while statement, maybe? I don't want to have a bunch of if statements. I don't know. What you have is better though. Oh, okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Okay, well, are we gonna do this? I'm basically debating how this is gonna work in my head, because we could just make it where this contains all the information about like if rectangle of something hits the point of something, then something happens. And then in the main game loop, do we just do it under another while loop? I mean, we can. It's not a poll event. We have to be careful. This is not like if the person takes their hands off the controls, poll event never happens, right? So we can't just have a collision event in SDL poll event, because if you take your hand off the mouse and you get hit, something still needs to happen. So maybe this becomes like a while collision equals true, do the thing. Maybe we do something like that, and then collision is just a Boolean value. I can do that. And collision is only true if maybe we do multiple Booleans. What if we have like a hero collision true or false and enemy collision true or false, where different things happen? Loop all over the projectiles on the screen, see which one collided with the hero. There's probably optimization chat could suggest, but that is the simplest approach. You could implement your own event queue. I mean, we could. What I'm thinking is that there are a couple of ways to do it. Luckily, this collision we're going to be testing today is just an SDL point, so it's literally a 1-by-1. If that is in any collision as defined by enemy, like any sort of bullet collision, then the collision is successful. Can you push the SDL? Can you push to the SDL event queue? Yes. It's C++. I can do anything, but I don't know if we want the SDL event queue to constantly be triggering like every frame, do we? Not that, you know what I mean. But like, I don't know if I want to stretch the event queue where it's like it's already handling all input and everything. I don't know if I want to tie that into the same system as collision, because I could see a world where you lose control of your character as you're actively getting hit. Like I could see that being a problem. So let's not do that. So we do need to import bullets. We need to import heroes. We need to import... We don't need sprites. Collision does not touch sprites or textures. It will never touch those things. Do we need any renderers? Does it need a renderer? No, we're not rendering anything, right? If anything, we're changing the alpha value of hero when he gets hit, so it like blinks, but that's about it. I think that's all we're importing. We don't even need SDL image. So let's do export boolean. Wait, what was that function? Get hint boolean. What does that do? The hell is this? Get hint boolean? Hello? Set the boolean value of a hint variable. The name of the hint to get the boolean value from. What is the hint? Oh, get hint. Get the value of a hint. Okay, set hint. Set the hint with normal priority. What is this? SDL3. Oh, I looked into SDL3 at work today. Turns out audio is apparently going to be way better. Anyway, export bool collision. If this is true. So is the collision, we can't make a collision engine around like a boolean value, right? Where it's only ever going to return true or false. Although, if we do that, then we could do something like while collision equals true or false. Yeah, no, true. Then, you know, cause the hit, right? Or do whatever you need to here. We could do that. And collision can just be all of the data of the sprite, of the bullet hitbox and the hero hit point. Dino Diny Nugget. 7 Raiders, thank you. Hello, I'm Gary the Goo Boy. I stream every single day at 4:30, and I'm a VTuber. Do you guys watch VTubers? Wait, I'm gonna click on Diny Nugget's name. I expect VTubing. Hold on. Diny Nugget. Oh, please be a dinosaur. What do you do? Building a game engine from scratch in C++ 20. You're not a VTuber. Although that onion is kind of badass. I know you guys don't see anything. Wait. The hell? Oh, you're so quiet.
No, by polymorphic type, I mean a type.
You sound like my high school IT guy.
Management.
Hold on, I saw my face. What is your reaction to me? Hold on.
Let's do this one.
Oh, you have to play through the ad. Oh no. Why do I always end up in here?
Oops.
Clicked on yourself, classic. I just want to see your reaction to a VTuber.
Stream manager, raid channel, type in.
Say it.
There we go.
He doesn't even say my name. He doesn't even want to say Gary the Goo Boy. He's like, I am above this. I like your room.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
You're welcome.
See you soon.
That was cute. All right. Thank you, Dino Nuggets. Oh, who doesn't like it? Oh, do you like VTubers, Mr. Dino? I quite like stuff. I'm not a huge chicken nugget guy in 2023, but there you go. Who redeemed B? Buzz, motherfuckers. What's up? All right. So anyway, let's get back to the, get back, stop distracting me, chat. Let's get back. Ah! Ow, my ears. I forgot we increased the volume. Okay, Mr. Dino Nuggets. Mr. Nuggets, if you will. Dino Man, listen, okay? I'm gonna level with you. You have a really quiet stream, okay? So when I turn on my music, I'm deafened, all right? I'm not Gary the deafened boy. I'm Gary the B-boy, all right? I don't need your quiet stream ruining my virgin ears, okay? You guys like how in the last 2 minutes, I lost half my viewership? Good job, Gary. Good job. All right, you did it. You're making it in the world. You lost 15 viewers in 2 minutes. All right. I think we are gonna make the collision equal bool. And not a word from Dino. Oh, it's fine. He's busy. He's busy. So what are we doing now? We are gonna have a bool collision. So basically, as long, I think what we're gonna have, oh. We have to have a system where the default is return false. That is true. That is what it's gonna always end with. Chat, I have a question about programming in general. Okay, so hold on, let me just import collision. I have a question about programming. So I don't know if this is like a C++ thing or if you need anything else, right? Well, collision, we'll figure that. I know we need an input. It's fine. So if I have this while loop, while this is equal to true, and it's a function that we're calling, or if we have this function running once every 15, 16 milliseconds, so 60 frames a second, does that mean, is that inefficient to be testing for collision like that every frame? Or maybe not even just collision. Is it wrong to be testing functions like that in a while loop? I don't think that feels that bad now that I'm describing it. It's once every 60 frames, and as long as we have like a return false at the end and don't have like a million if statements, I think it should be fine, right? The one thing we want to avoid is like a bunch of if else chains, you know? So I think what we're gonna, oh, do we make a switch? Actually, is that the answer here? So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a hero and we're gonna take a bullet and we're gonna call it bullet hero. Why is bullet not doing its thing? Oh, it's lowercase, duh. Okay, so I think we're gonna have that as an input. So our game logic is actually going to take hero and, sorry, list containers dot hero, and it's gonna take list containers dot bullet list. Ooh, are we really passing a vector? That's a problem. That's an issue. I think compiler deletes all code in while loop because it always returns false. Oh, based. Hey, listen, we'll get there, all right? Listen, I know you're new here, Mr. Dino follower man. Okay, don't give me sass. Okay, this is my chat, so you have to agree with everything I say. That's the rule. That's the rules here. Get it right, all right? Don't make us haze you, okay? It's not wise to pass that entire vector in and out constantly, right? This is dumb. So maybe, but I also don't want a scenario where I'm passing in every bullet. When you pass a vector, it doesn't copy the items in the vector. It's fine. Should I be passing the address then? I can do that. Because hero is just whatever, 16 bytes, right? I don't want to pass this whole, I mean, I'm sure optimization does it for me, but still. I can pass the address of a bullet. That would be kind of based, right? This runs. This does not run. Collision identifier not found. Oh. Because it's, should be lowercase. Okay, now it should run. Does not run. What? Not convert argument 2 to bullet address. So no, I cannot reference by address. Okay, I'm sure chat's gonna tell me to that issue, but save and build. Could not convert this to a bullet, which means this needs to be std vector type bullet. No. It's not going to be that. It's going to be of the load game data type. Oh, Jesus Christ. You should not pass the vector. Yes, pass by pointer or constant reference if you only need the vector and you know what that is. Oh. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. But we can't just pass the vector because that... Oh, no, it does exist under load game data. How do I define this then? Am I importing load game? And then now this is going to be load game data object type dot not sprite list, bullet list. But that's unexpected. Oh, because it needs a name. Bullet dot bullet list is not expected. I mean, I can just give it the whole object. If that's the case, I don't even need hero anymore. So chat, if I only need this by read only, I'm not changing any data. It should not concern itself with load game data. The thing you had before was right. It just needs to pass by const reference. Wait, I was right? Wait, I don't hear that from chat very often. So std vector bullet, the address of path. Is that what I'm doing? Oh. I mean, I can do that, right? Does that work? Game logic. Bullet list. That is the bullet list, so this should run. It ran. Okay, sweet. So I don't need this to be the address of it. That's fucked up. That doesn't work. So it's fine to pass this as is with nothing else, so long as the receiving function only cares about the... Oh, no, that's not working. This is just in the name, isn't it? It's not actually giving me the pointer of this, does it? No, it must. It must be that. The address of when you're using a variable, when you're declaring a variable, it's called reference to. Bool collision, hero and hero, so that is the reference to hero. Const bullet at bullet underscore. What the fuck? What's bullet underscore? Oh, it's the local name. I see what you're saying. So no, I don't want bullet const, right? Because the reason why is because under our game logic while loop, right? I don't want like a million like bullets to be tested for a collision. I just want the vector all the bullets are contained in, which is called bullet list, right? That's all I want is just the vector. So that way I don't need to keep pulling every individual bullet, you know? Because if I don't do this, chat, if I just have any given bullet like pellet, it's only gonna test for pellet. It's not gonna test for every case bullet, like the rectangle of bullet. Oh! No, it won't. Because even if I just give it a generic bullet, it's still not going to answer the question because there's different object bullet types. Or different instances of it, and everyone's going to have their own hitbox. Basically, I just need to say any bullet rectangle, any bullet collision box from the bullet list, if it hits, hit. So do I need to pass the whole vector then? Bool collision, const hero at hero, const bullet at bullet. At is only called address of when you're using a variable. When you're declaring it's different, it's the same. A reference and is basically a pointer that cannot be null pointer. Okay. Well, I know that. So you're saying this instead of having the vector. That's the only difference. So I understand this. This makes sense as like a function, but I'm worried that as we come back here, I can just give it the array and nothing else changes. And because it's receiving a bullet, I can submit a vector of any given object as long as the receiving function just expects one instance of that object. Does that work that way? What you're doing is not wrong per se, it's just not best practice. A reference at is basically a pointer that cannot be null pointer. I just got here, but passing the entire vector by pointer or const ref seems reasonable enough. Well, I guess my question is, if we do something like hero, bullet, collision, yes, return true, like something like that, right? Because I'm only passing the bullet by reference, this can return true even though I'm actually passing the whole goddamn vector of every bullet instance. I didn't know it would work like that. I thought if you were passing a standard vector of object type bullet, you would have to receive in the function parameters a vector type bullet, not passing the bullet of any kind. Or sorry, passing the vector and receiving the bullet of any kind. Passing bullet address and not a vector of bullet is making the function more reusable. Interesting. I didn't know it would work like that. So it would do that automatically then, right? I mean, it's C++, nothing is automatic, but... So any instance of any bullet on that vector hitting the hero, it will always return true. Okay, sweet. Not gonna lie, I've never tried that before, and I didn't know that would work, so I have no idea what that does. Oh, sweet. Usually bigger projects declare many collision functions that take exactly two objects and then use those collision functions many times. It makes it more general. No, I think we're gonna make it pretty specific in this. Maybe this is like bool. Maybe we call this hero collision, just so it specifically relates to the hero ever getting hit. And then we call that. And we'll have a separate one for like enemy collisions. So when we shoot the enemy, maybe that's a more healthy way to do this here. I think that is a healthier way. Good job, Gary. Okay. By the way, any success today? We're blaming on the Dino Man. Okay, so what are we doing here now? Well, we're saying that we need a switch statement. Switch based on... Oh, how do we define this? Basically what I'm trying... Oh, wait, no, hold on. Doesn't SDL have a function for this? SDL rectangle, like, collision or something, right? Fill rectangle, flush, geometry, geometry raw, get clipped rectangle. Clip render is clip enabled, set clip rectangle. Something was, when there was overlap. Maybe we look up like point in rect or something. SDL point in. Hold on, I'm not gonna chat. Point in rect. Oh baby, almost like this is a goddamn function. Holy shit. SDL bool, SDL point in rect. Yeah, you have the right idea, digital tenderness. Yeah, I was getting there. Mostly to chat. Are we trying to do things like at bullet plus I here? That seems like a really bad idea. What? So while hero dot collision, which is an SDL point that we've defined as the middle of the sprite, and then we need a rectangle, which is bullet dot collision, which is its rectangle. Okay, this needs to be a pointer. This needs to be a pointer. Okay. This will return a Boolean, so if explanation point this, then return true. Okay, I think this is all I need. I think this is it, right? I mean, I can make this customized too. Obviously, if we didn't have this function, I would just have a switch statement for like, is this SDL point, like, we would have like a for switch statement where it's like, is it south of this? Is it west of this? Is it east of the west side of the rectangle? Is it north of the south side of the rectangle? Are two of these true? If so, return true. Like, it's basically just saving me time. So that is hero collision. So when hero collision is true, what are we doing? We are going to make a new function, and we're going to call this export void hero delete. And it's not going to take any parameters. And what it's going to do, no, it is. It's going to take hero. Hero, the address of it. What it's going to do is it's going to delete the image. It's going to unrender the hero. Oh, that's quite difficult. Or maybe just return failure or something like that. How do I get that out of the loop? Huh. How do I delete this image from this and unrender it? That's an interesting problem. I guess the simple way is hero. I guess I could just change the hero alpha value. Maybe that's an easy way to do it. Hero dot sprite dot render? No. Yes. No. Wait, what has the alpha value? It was sprite, right? Yeah, so it's texture, rectangle, rectangle, alpha value. When I make the hero, I give it an alpha value of 0. Okay, sweet. Now, how do I change that alpha value? It's a uint8 m underscore alpha value. That doesn't work? Huh. How do I change the sprite information of hero? Hero alive equals false, then check that in the main loop. Yeah, but I was thinking of just making it like just transparent, and it would still render the hero, which is probably what we want because it'll blink. We'll worry about that later. But how do I change the alpha value of an object that uses a custom object, which is this value here? I want to be able to change that at a whim. Which means this will take in that sprite info. So it has it on it somewhere. M underscore sprite underscore, which is here. That's correct. Now, how do I access the alpha portion of that? Maybe I just make a new uint8? Uint8 new alpha is equal to 255. It is equal to 255. I know this won't work. How would I encapsulate the alpha value? Write a setter for sprite, void set alpha. Oh, you're so smart. Oh, you're so smart. Set alpha, where we're going to be needing a uint 8. A uint 8 goes up to 255, correct? Uint 8 new alpha. Ooh, uint 8 new alpha. Put that here. New alpha. M alpha value underscore is equal to new alpha. Return. Oh, we're not returning everything. That's it. And then now we call set alpha. No, we call dot set. Oh, I gotta save. Fuck that. Dot set alpha. Oh shit. 255. All right. Then we save that, and then we come back to our game logic. Now we call hero. No. God damn it. Hero delete. Hero delete list containers dot hero. Okay. If this worked, what should happen is nothing should happen. Except there's errors. Hold on, what? Cannot convert argument 2 from std vector bullet to allocator bullet to bullet address. So this needs to not be a thing. Cannot convert argument 2 from std vector bullet to std allocator bullet to bullet. So we're having an issue here. We can't convert this to a bullet. This is a problem. You need to iterate all the bullets in bullet list. You need a for each loop. What? Hold on, we should rename this. Not hero delete. Hero damage taken alpha or something like that. Damage taken effect. Something like that is a better name for it, I think. Game logic. Hero damage taken effect. There we go. So we need an iterator. You need a for each loop. Okay, well, let's look this up together. Let's look it up together and see what's going on here. For each loop, iterate all vector. C++ for each, pulling from vector elements. I'm trying to do a vector for each attack. Each attack has a unique ID. Class method takes in keyboard inputs 1 to 3. Problem is I seeing this. C# experience. So for each attack and M attack, if attack input make damage. The next examples assume that you use C++11. Example with ranged base loops. For auto at attack M attack access by reference to avoid copying. If attack equals input make damage. You should use const auto attack depending on the behavior of that. You can use for each from standard library. What's the point of this? Why do I want to use this right now? Oh, I see what you're saying. No, I don't see what you're saying. I was about to say, do we have to do like a for each loop and then call this function where hero tests against every instance of bullet in the vector? Is that what you guys are saying? So like for each I don't know how you define this. No, when you call hero collision, you do it for each bullet. That's not the problem though, right? The problem isn't that we need to do something with bullet once we are in here. The problem is that we can't take this vector and toss it in as the bullet. Right? Hold on, let me think. We have a range of bullets that we want to test against collision, but we don't need functions for every single bullet. We can just toss over the vector, but it's inappropriate to toss over the vector. So we take the address of the object that vector contains, right? We take the object this vector contains. Maybe for const auto bullet list containers bullet list. What? Wait, is that a lambda? Are you motherfuckers making me do lambdas? We're not doing lambdas. You only have one hero and multiple bullets, right? Yeah, I get it, but we need to get that vector into this function in one go. And I understand that once it's in here, we can fuck around with like all that stuff of like iterating through each bullet to see if like there's a collision box. I get that. The problem I have is I don't even know if I can get the vector into the function as is. Like, that's not the failure point. The failure point is that this cannot be converted into a bullet. That's the error. Do I have to like give it an array like this? X? Or X is some definition maybe? Like that's my issue here. No, you call hero collision for every bullet in the loop. Ah, gotcha. Okay, now I get it. So the function is not what we're changing here. It's actually, I hate that curly brace there. Oh, the system wants it there. Holy shit. So here's the deal. Okay, so you guys are saying that this is fine. This is totally okay. It's... Ooh, I switched spots. Oh, geez, I hate that. Chat, why is it that when I... Okay, this is my Visual Studio question. Why? Why is it that when I drag things across the thing, it like pulls up whole ass windows? That seems like horrible design. Okay. So you're saying in here, we are passing a bullet, but we run this function through a for loop. We're gonna need projectile class later. Bullet is just a sprite collision data. It doesn't have a position or acceleration or anything. We're gonna need a projectile class. No, we don't. We're gonna have an attack class that'll like launch bullets in a direction. Like that's the idea, is we're gonna have a attack class like Nova or something, where when Nova gets cast, you set the bullet speed. Are they heat seeking? All that shit goes into the attack, and then it takes those sprites and sends them out in like whatever, like we use sine or cosine or something to make it like wavy, or we do send them in a circle or something like that, right? Like we put that into the attack information. There's not going to be necessarily a projectile as you would think of it in like Path of Exile or something. He's gonna need to iterate over the vector anyway. Well, if we're, okay, we can't do that though. As is, we can't do that unless we receive the vector in the function. Ideally, we don't do anything here in game logic. I just want this to be like super simple, do the function of what we tell you to. So this is good as is. The problem is passing the information. I don't think we can just toss the array and receive the address of bullet. I don't think this is possible. But if all else being equal, can I std vector bullet, call it the address bullet? Can I do that? Yes. Now we iterate. Okay, that was my issue. So now we have the whole like iteration stuff, okay? You should remove lines 24 to 26. No, I like this more. Because this is just the address of the vector. We're not actually changing any information there. We're just reading it, which I think is totally fair. Okay, so now we're gonna do whatever the fuck you guys had. So for each. I've never done a for each loop before. How about we just stick with fours? So for bullet. No. I equals 0. I is less than bullet array spot. Oh, can we automate this? Fine, we'll call it bullets. Okay, that's fair. I like that idea. Now this is individually going to be bullet. I guess we could call this bullet. While bullet is less than bullets. Just make it a uint 8. Except it doesn't like that idea. Except we shouldn't call it bullet. Fine, we'll call it I. Okay. Now how do I do this? B is less than what? I guess, is there a maximum we're going to be worrying about? I guess it is. I guess I could just get size. So bullets dot size. It is size, right? Max size. A pointer to a bound function may use to be called a function. Hold on, search. The allocator size. So basically, I'm trying to get the max size automatically. And I wrote it once. Well, I get you guys wrote it, but I want to figure this out. So returns the elements in the container, distance begin, end. Okay, what's max size? Returns the maximum possible number of elements. That is what I want. Okay. Vector, character, Q, cout, imbue, local, whatever. Max size is Q max size. Okay. So can I do this? Can I do bullets dot max size? Yes. That's what I should do. Fuck, no it isn't. That I can do. Okay, this is possible. I think you can have a function as a parameter in a for loop. Okay, that's good. Maybe read the possible output? Nah, it's fine. I think we got it. Who needs documentation, chat? You have me. And then, B plus equals bullets array plus equals 1. It's always going to go up by 1 every time. Okay, then what do we do with every individual instance? What are we doing with every instance of that? We're not going to make that equal B then, huh? This is bullet.m collision in the end is what it's going to be. Bullet from vector. Fuck, how do I do this? Bullet size, not max size. Max size is the maximum number of possible elements ever. Wait, aren't vectors always the max size though? We're not fucking around with the size. At this point, the vector is going to have a max size that we make. You can't just, unless you're saying it's going to be like 4 billion every time, like the max size is going to be what we make it. You know, we already have it pushed back. It's only going to be pushed back as much as we have information on the vector. So it's not, the max size will always be the max size. No, they get resized dynamically. That sounds like not very C++-y. So you just want size then. Really? Okay, well, fuck. I don't know, how do I imply this is max size, but okay. You could have figured this out yourself just by pressing Alt-Tab. Listen, buddy, if you expect me to read documentation here, I can, but not on stream. Max size is the MSVC implementation is max size T-1, which is 4 billion. Okay, sweet. That's annoying. So how do I make is going to be equal to bullets array size B? How do I do that? Because this is just going to reiterate over this bullet B times, and that's not really going to solve my problem. Oh, I could just run the function every time. Oh, that would be based. Oh, I get it. That's how I should do it. Then we test it. So this is it. I just did it. Look at how easy that was, chat. It's not hard documentation. It was just part of the example that you snipped the code from. Oh, thank you. Thank you for your patience with me. Okay, I get it. So now this is an iterator, right? So we have our array. It is a variable length, so this will do it for us. B will go up by 1 every time. This bullet collision test will be run every single frame. This for loop will, which is fine. It's a simple for loop, right? You're copying the bullet on line 10. Wait, this line right here? These? No, that's fine. You invert the result. Oh. Start the line with bullet at instead. Okay, what? Okay, what line and what are you trying to say? You're saying with... Oh. Oh, you're saying the address of this, so I don't need to have this here? No, I don't like that. Because this is like a local bullet, right? I'm fine with this being remade constantly. No, he's right. You should just delete line 10. What? I don't think I should, because M collision does not exist on the vector. M collision is based on individual bullets. Unless you're saying like, wait, does this have? Oh, it does have M collision. Oh, you're right. Okay, I'm dumb. Okay, okay. Ha 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 ha. Gary dumb boy. Address of bullets, array size, B, collision. That works. Okay. Thank you. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. This is very simple to read. Chat, why did you make that so complicated with like auto const address shit? This is so easy to read. Why would you guys make things more complicated than it has to be? You know what? You guys are stubborn. Have you thought about that? Boom, rendered. Oh God, it crashed. Oh geez, oh no, oh man, oh God. Okay, okay, it's, oh geez, it's crashing. Okay. That's, that was a huge error. And my PC fan just booted on. Wait, what did I do? It's because I passed the array, didn't it? Didn't I? I passed the array. You're concerned about going to be slow when you check collision, and then chat tells you not to do unnecessary copying for performance reasons. He says, I like this better. Line 24 is redundant. Use if. If hero collision is true, return that. Well, here's the thing. What's funny about this is wait, this shouldn't be this. This should be while this equals true. Because I think this equals false. I think that's where the lag came from. Boom, save, run. Yep, there we go. Now, chat, you may think, Gary, what's going on? You're still on the screen. Well, let's change something. Let's say its position size is not at 50-50, but it's at 150 at 149. Now, if I did everything right, okay, if I did everything right, my face should not be on the screen. Fuck. Okay, hold on. It's because I fucked around with something here. Collision size is 3-1-1-1. Wait, did I count those? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. We'll do 2 by 4. And it should be 3 pixels in, 3 pixels down. It should be 2 by 4. 1, 2, and we'll say by 5. Okay, so that's our collision size. And now our bullet size, where it starts, should be 149 by 149, maybe? Fuck, I can't get it to hit my nose. Okay, it needs to go left a little. It needs to go one more. Okay, now this should work. Fuck. How do I get it to delete my nose? You should use SDL set alpha some shit in the renderer render function. There is a render copy EX that takes care of angles, but I think you're right. There is an SDL render copy F. No, not F. There's something to like, is it EX that takes care of alpha? No, this is just rotational. Whatever. There is a way to make it more alpha, but I think it's not based on rendering because that would be like the sprite alphaing. I think only surfaces can be easily alpha'd. I think that's why we get away with it on sprite, because when we have the alpha value of sprite, we're actually changing like the texture, because when we go to our texture and we create it, we're actually set color keying the surface. This alpha value here is based on, I believe, the sprite alpha value. I think that's where that comes from. Or I'm not actually doing anything with this right now because I'm a dumbass. Oh my god, I'm not actually doing anything with it. Well, found out why the alpha value wasn't working. Wow, chat, you did you see that coming? Did you know that was coming? I bet you knew that was coming. Gary, I don't know how you tell you this, but I don't have a nose. Oh, liar. Okay, so this needs to be changeable. So this is gonna have the new alpha value, but I need to do something with it. Render copy X, path M texture, M sprite cutout, size, angle, null pointer, flip possible. So at no point do we ever consider the alpha value. Maybe before we render it, maybe you're right. Maybe we do consider the alpha value first. So SDL set texture alpha mod. And we put that value is undefined. Okay, what do you want? You just recommended me. SDL set render alpha mod. Okay, you want a surface and a uint 8. Yeah, set surface. Now, how do I set texture? Set texture alpha mod. Okay, there we go. So you want a texture and a uint 8. Okay, that's what we want. So we want a texture, which is sprite dot, or no, just M underscore texture underscore, and then a uint 8, which is M alpha value underscore. Okay, now sweet. So it sets the alpha value first. Okay, this should work. Oh shit. Oh god, it worked, but it's really taxing my system. I don't know why, but it did successfully delete the thing. I think the problem is maybe we should set this to 0. Oh no, we do set it to 0, right? Hold on, load game. Texture, PNG, path, sprite, 0. So there's no transparency, right? Right? I forget, is 0 no transparency or is 0 full transparency? Oh God. Hold on, let me just quickly run that again. Okay, I had it backwards. That's adorable. So this should be set to 255. No, 0x00 is fine, I think. That's the color key, not the alpha key. That is the color black, I think. Black because this is the color key for this. That's where that comes from. Okay, so now our render under sprites needs to set new alpha, which is going to be 0. So now, if everything works out, you should only see the bullet and not the hero. Okay, are they colliding? I don't think they are. Maybe we make this even simpler. What if we do... Because our collision size is 2x5, right? So what if we do... Well, then it'd be 148, right? This should work. Fuck. So what if its starting location is just hero location divided by, or dot x divided by 2, and then hero location dot y divided by 2. So this alone is not going to fix it. Oh, what the fuck? How? How are you over there? I am so confused. Oh, it needs to be hero size, that's why. My bad. There we go. Okay, so that's 0, 0. hero size dot x divided by 2 and y, and that's 0, 0 both sides. So now we need width and height. This should work. Okay, that is perfectly divided by 2. Then we subtract 2 based on its hitbox, and then subtract 1. So now it should hit. In fact, we'll even do -1 right in the middle. Oh my god, why isn't my hero disappearing? Of shit. Set new alpha. This changes alpha. Why does it not do this correctly? So it is hitting. This is hitting the center of the image, right? Although it doesn't really look like it. What if we just make our collision? No, my point is hero collision. What if we just make it the location of hero collision? I don't know if it's like I'm hitting or dot x hero collision dot y, and we'll subtract 1 each direction to make sure you're actually hitting the fucking thing. Doesn't work. Trying to debug. Print out something when they're collided? I mean, I guess. Export bool, game logic. STD, C out. Not coroutine. C out. You hit. Build errors because I did not import STD. Go. Fuck. It broke. It doesn't work. Return 0, nothing gets printed. Alpha modulation was not always supported by the renderer. It will return -1 if alpha modulation is not supported. Worth checking the return value. Gary, do error reporting. I mean, we could. True. Maybe it has an issue with my iterator in that it's not sensing pellet being 0 space 0 or whatever. Maybe that's the issue. You want to try debugger? Oh god, chat. All right, let's try the debugger. Why not? First time for everything. Local Windows debugger. Currently... Okay, what's wrong? How do I do the things with it? Remote Windows debugger. What? Set a breakpoint at the function. What do you mean? Oh, like here? Like that? Go to how about this? I'll just do quit equals true. How about that? Go. Nope, doesn't work. It should. The hitbox is there. Click on the left size of the line number you want. What? What does that do? What? Yeah, I have no idea how debug works. See the gray bar at the left side of the number column? I see green bars. Unless you're talking about this. See the gray bar at the left side line of the number column. Click on it. Left side, not in the middle. This? Oh. Oh. That was extremely not obvious. Okay, what does this do? Okay. So, what is it actually doing here? The breakpoint will currently not be hit. No executable code of the debugger's target code type is associated with this line. Oh. Stop the program. Okay, stop. Oh. Oh. Cute. So. Well, let's start this. Let's go to main. Main being, what is main? Wait, where is main? Did I have a main? Chat, how does this program start? It starts here, right? I guess I don't have a main. Chat, why don't I have a main? Uh-oh. Did I really not have a main? No, I must. There it is. Oh, okay, sweet. I was about to say, I must have had something. Now I know why I hit it, because it was just so tiny and insignificant. So import game logic, that. So, boom. What's the problem here? Whoa! Wait a second. I know this. This is my Click the Banana. The fuck is Click the Banana doing here? Oh, recent changes. Oh, that's cute. Wow, Click the Banana does exist. Well, there you go. Look at that render copy. All right, that's cute. Thanks, guys. Learned where Click the Banana is. Yep, you want it right on your if statement. That way you can look at what different variables are when it's called. This one is here. Location collision.ixx, line 10, hero collision, hero at hero, vector bullet at bullets. What does that do? Chat, do we really need error like debugger like this for this small of a program? Can't we just read? Yeah, I mean, I can insert breakpoints and shit, but I don't understand. What do you mean? What's that point? Yeah, okay. I mean, I get it. Seems like a lot, but I get it. Set breakpoint at the if statement in collision function. Start program with debugger. Set the breakpoint, the red circle, leave it there, run the program. Oh, damn. Okay. Okay. Settings, disable. Go. Nothing happens. Yeah, so it's not colliding. So I guess we'll double check this information. So we have hero collision Y -1, hero's collision X -1. Oh, wait, this needs to be... What if I just made this 0, 0? Does that help? Why is my face still on the screen? Ugh. Zoom out a bit. You probably ran without a debugger. I did. All right, fine. Click this, run the debugger. Heavy lag, heavy lag, heavy lag. Closing out of the program. Okay, so at the very bottom, nothing happened. Even though this is a red circle. Settings, disable. What does that mean? Zoom out the screen a little bit. Okay. Gonna give you guys full screen. There you go. Bam. Now you guys know, guys, why I don't do this. Okay. We're gonna click this line. Then we're gonna go up here. We're gonna click Windows Debugger. Click the button. Sweet. It lags a lot. The mouse is, like, which means the program is. Nothing's at the bottom of the screen or the call stack or whatever. Oh, there's breakpoints. Hit count, break always. What does that mean? Does that mean it worked? Hover over any variable to see its value. Not working? Hot reload, restart application, settings. It says the hit count is break always, but I don't know if that matters or not. You need to be in debug mode. Stop execution, switch to debug configuration, rerun. We are in debug configuration, aren't we? Chat, if it says local Windows debugger, does that mean it's not really a debugger? Native only, mixed, auto, script, no. Configuration. Oh, debug. Well, let's try that. Start without debugging, local Windows debugger. Oh, there we go. Oh, it did a thing. Oh, geez, it did a lot of things. Oh my God. Okay. So... oh, now there's an arrow pointing to this line. Okay, let me zoom in for you. Here. Yep. On the bottom left, look for watch one tab. What? Bullets, capacity allocator, 0 raw view, bullets B, sprite collision, hero collision. So it does read everything correctly. It does know where the collision box is. Where is Ghost? Zamura! Not now, Zamura. We're in crisis mode here. Allocator raw view. Huh. I don't understand. Everything seems to be working. The X and Y value on the hero collision. Why is that 150 by 150? Wait. Is hero size divided by 2? 150, 150. Yeah, I did that right. So I guess we can just manually put in 150. 150. Pellet collision size is 0, 0. I'm assuming, by the way, pellet collision size is going to be different from... okay, hold on. Close out of this. Close out of this. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, it's crashing. Okay, there we go. Hold on. We're kind of stuck here. It's crashed. Oh my god. Why did I turn on the debugger? Holy shit. I'm sorry. Why is it stuck? Oh my god, I gotta control I have to control alt delete my first program. Wow, it's taking 17. Wow. It's taking 8 megabytes of memory, chat. The fuck? Wait, that's not my app. That's a runtime broker. Palm surrogate, crash pad handler, component package support. This is Cass and Gary. Sort it by name? Nope. Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. Doesn't have anything. Okay, well. Shit. SDL learning, there we go. End task. End task. Delete the task. Get out of the task. It's taking 41 megabytes of memory. What the fuck? Chat, why did I turn on the debugger? Oh, God. Well, I don't care about the program. Now I'm just trying to get out of it. Restart application. Okay, just close out now. Get out of the program. At this point, I'm just trying to, like, get out of the program, you know? Hold on, let me shrink this down. Boop. Now it's not snapping anymore. Oh my goodness, I hate that. Okay, turn on this. Well, I permanently have a window stuck to my screen now, so that's wonderful. How do I turn off debugger now? Chow, why did I turn that on? God damn it. Oh no. The stop button in VC doesn't work. I can do that. What's this? Stop debugging. Oh, there we go. Now it worked. Okay, thank you. Okay, release mode. Okay. Jesus. All right, so what were you guys saying? What is bullets zero collision? Bullets zero collision should be pellet. The pellet has this data, unless pushback is lying to me, which it shouldn't be. Yeah, that's fine. Pellet collision size 0025. I mean, I guess I could just make this like, you know, 500 by 500 or something. Oh, it worked. Wait, the fuck? Hero location, hero size. Hero location is the original Gary cutout, that rectangle of the fan PNG. The collision point isn't the coordinate to test collision, it's just the offset from the top left of the sprite. What? The collision point of the hero is what we're gonna use to test collision. Of course it's not hitting. The point is 150, 150. The box is 0025. No. You guys don't understand. This here is the hitbox on the pellet. This bullet size. Yeah, this what? Chat, why do I only have 3 variables in this bullet size? Did I do something wrong? Oh, there we go. Okay, so I did something wrong there. That's why you didn't see anything. So this should be like 16 by 30 or something. Okay, so something's wrong again. Yeah, it's the top left of the image, so that's fine. I don't even want it to be 0, 0. I actually want it to be like 3, 3. Okay. Holy cow, what a brick wall we've hitting. I don't know why my hero's not disappearing. Do this without position is not a good idea, and your naming doesn't help. Well, I get that. Doing this without position... What? Oh, doing it all relative, you mean? Bullet location is where this rectangle is where it is on the sprite sheet. Bullet size is how it's rendered on the screen. So at location 150, 150, and with coordinates or the X value 16, Y value 30. The collision size is based on this. Can I make it like... That's why I'm thinking, like, if we do the collision size of, like, 500 by 500, it does hit. Yes. So now it works. So our collision works fine. It's just the actual collision point, the rectangle, is fucking up somehow. Because what's happening is this is what I wanted all along, where the bullet itself should be the only thing alive. So what this means is my hero is on the screen. Like, my face is on the screen, but it's being rendered with like a transparent layer on top. It has like max transparency. In fact, we can test this by making the new alpha value equal under game logic. Damage taken effect. Hold on, sprites, new alpha. Wait, where do I set the logic for that? Wait, where do I set it to 0 at? Oh, here. So if we set it to, say, 150, what's going to happen is yeah, you see it's like halfway transparent. So, Harry, 000000000. Hello, thank you. Legendary programming font, thank you. It's called Ink Free Bold, size 10. Okay. So what this means with my face being transparent here is that currently these things are colliding, right? Bullet is hitting the hero. The problem is we need to set our parameters correctly. So just to be clear, under our hero, M collision is defined as hero size width divided by 2, hero size height divided by 2, which is 300 by 300. So what this is telling me is at the top left of the screen, 0, 0, render the hero at 300 pic wide, 300 tall, and then in the center of that, put a point. That point is our hitbox. Then we have our bullet. Our bullet is going to be at location 0, 0, size, you know what? We'll make it 300 by, no, it's too easy. We'll make it 200 by 200. So it's gonna look like this. Okay, that's expected, still colliding, but instead of having our collision be 500 by 500, let's do 200 by 200. So now it should still hit because the collision box is over my nose. But if we do 150 by 150, what that means is that we are going to be on in the corner that point, which should still activate. No, it does not. Okay. So something is weird about that SDL point, or maybe just the way I'm designing everything is it's not technically in the rectangle if it's on the border with SDL point and rect. You need to store bullet size and bullet position in the bullet class. We'll be fine for now. For now. So if I did 151, this should work. Okay, that's where we were having issues. So the SDL function test if point is in rectangle, this function here, SDL point and rect, it assumes, or at least it's only true if you are actually in the rectangle, not on the pixel touching the rectangle. That was our issue. So by it being like kind of transparent, that means this bullet is currently colliding with Gary. But if I'm on the point, actually, what if I just brush by it, but not on the corner? Not hitting. So even though it's on the rectangle's face, not even on the corner, it still doesn't hit. Okay. Now I know. Holy shit, that was so complicated to find that out. But hey, we now figured out what's going on with our collider. Would it help to draw the collision box itself? No. I mean, I guess we could just draw a red rectangle with SDL, like, draw rect, but it's fine. It's okay. It's all good. The problem is your coordinate system is wrong. How so? This is all top left stuff. So my Gary is 300 by 300. The SDL point is divide everything by half, so it's in the exact center of Gary. Which would imply... Oh no, it's 200 by 200, so this bullet is lying right now. In fact, if we were more honest, this would be 151 by 151. So this would hit. If my nose, this point here, was me, in fact, this very corner right here, if that was me, I would have gotten hit by this. Which is fine, because these are going to be so small, it doesn't matter, but... Oh, okay, never mind. You stick everything on the top left, then I guess it's technically correct. Yeah, so basically, our collider works, but we need to be careful, because the collider, if we use the function SDL point and rect, then it has to be inside of the rectangle. No exceptions. Not brushing alongside it, not sharing the exact same point in a corner. The point must be in the rectangle, which is good to know. I mean, it's fine. I could fix it like manually by doing like a switch case here. And instead of point and rect, we have a switch case of like less than the rectangle, or less than or equal to the rectangle versus less than in the rectangle. Like that's the difference there. It's like instead of less than or equal to, it's just less than. That's the only difference. But hey, now we know. Now I know why it wasn't working, because I was doing that before. I was making it exactly on what it was, you know? All right. Whew. All right, we have a collision. It's very basic. It's very simple. What else did we do today? We did a lot. We had a hero class now that has its own collision. We have game logic, so we added in an if statement for if the hero has taken any effect, make the hero do the hero damage taken effect, which is currently make it sort of transparent. I guess I could make it blink. Nah, that would be like some frame. We have to do like frame rate shit tomorrow, don't we? Okay. Tomorrow is frame rate day. And if we are successful very quickly, which I think we will be because we've done it before, it will also be motion day. So the ideal is tomorrow. We have hero and... Oh, thank you for following. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Hello. So the idea is tomorrow, we're going to have Gary, the hero, and the bullet on a cross-section path. So we're going to have Gary slowly moving to the right, the bullet moving up, and if they collide, make Gary transparent. And that's all we're going to do tomorrow, because that's going to take a few hours. But that's going to be the goal. Holy shit. I said this game was going to take us 20 to 30 hours, chat. And right now we are at 12. I think we're going at a good pace. I bet we can do some shit. I bet it'd be fun. Gary, this would take me 10 minutes on my own. Yeah, well, it took me a while. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Think of all the groundwork we're laying, okay? Because a lot of what we're doing can be expanded very quickly, right? If I want more bullets, well, shit. All I need is just, you know, I have everything here. I just copy, paste, fiddle around with some numbers. Boom, we have a new bullet. We could even make it better, because a lot of this, it looks like, just by the look of this, it looks like a lot of this can just be put into functions, but like function load hero or function load object. That's what we would do. In fact, can I do that right now? Void load object. It's gonna need a rectangle, a rectangle, a rectangle. Could be null. Texture. In fact, no, it would be 3 rectangles because I can make hero collision instead of a point. Oh no, I kind of do want to keep it a point though. Stop trying to wrap pushback. Well, no, we don't need to, but we could. It looks so ugly though. I guess I could make a struct. Make a struct for hero object or create object. Struct object, and this object will be all of this information because it looks like it's duplicated. And then take that object and push it back. In fact, oh, you really want to big brain this. What if we have a vector of objects and then we push back these vectors based on the objects? Oh, in that vector. Oh, vectors and vectors. Yes, please make a game object class. Oh, geez. Maybe call that struct sprite? No. Sprite? No. This is different. This object is going to have the sprite and the collision box and like the collision data. Like it's going to be more than just the sprite. It's going to be like an interactable object in the game. I think that's what we're going to do as well tomorrow. In fact, that might be the first thing we do is just encapsulate these into objects. Once we have that, oh baby, we're gonna be on a roll tomorrow. We're gonna have an FPS cap, object encapsulation. What else are we gonna have? We're gonna have motion, and then ideally, oh man, it's not even that hard. I bet I could get controls in tomorrow too. Because it's trivial to just, because it's SDL, it's trivial to get like arrow keys working or follow mouse. In fact, I bet I could do that right now real quick. Hold on. I bet I could do this in like 30 seconds. Game logic. If event type equals SDL mouse button down. List containers. Hold on, I did that wrong. List containers dot hero dot msprite. Fuck, I need more. Hold on, I need to make an encapsulation real quick. We need. Hold on, no, it's going to be under sprite, isn't it? No, it will be under hero. It's going to be void follow mouse, where the input is going to be a we need an integer because it's going to be the new X and Y value. Int. No, SDL mouse motion event. Fuck, never mind. I can't do this in 30 seconds. It's not that hard though. Like I can do it. It's not that difficult. It's like when mouse event moves, grab mouse location, make hero like at mouse location every frame. But then we need like frame rate and it's like all that shit. All right, listen, I can do it. It's within my wheelhouse. I can do it quickly. Those are hard-coded data. Those are already objects. You're not going to compress this any further. False. Chat, somebody's knocking at my door. I'm going to go right now. Okay, everyone, have a good night. Have a good evening. I love you. I'm not going to be on the call-out list because I think this, who's knocking at my door, we're going to talk for a while. Okay, thank you. Bye. Follow me. I'll be here tomorrow. I'll be here forever. I love you.